TWB, think with Bookmaps, baby. Let's get it. Live RTH. You don't know what you're missing, what you're waiting for. Live RTH. You don't know what you're missing, what you're waiting for. Alex guys, you are trading on liquidity and order flow. You gotta know the flow. Live setups, bro, that's all you need. Pro insights, how you get them profits up. He ain't trying to be your mentor. He ain't trying to sell you a course. He's here to show you what you never see before. Once you get it, it's a cheat code. You don't know what you're missing, what you're waiting for. Live RTH. You don't know what you're missing, what you're waiting for. Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie to you? Bookmaps, 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 bookmaps. Welcome to Think with Bookmaps, where we trade futures in a blink with Bookmaps. And for that dough you gotta think with Bookmaps. It's Bookmaps, it's Bookmaps, it's Bookmaps. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. That's right, everybody's favorite community. The Think with Bookmaps, Think with Bookmaps, Think with Bookmaps community. It's the Think with Bookmaps, Think with Bookmaps, Think with Bookmaps community. Think with Bookmaps, Think with Bookmaps, Think with Bookmaps community. Think with Bookmaps, Think with Bookmaps, Think with Bookmaps community. Yeah, Think with Bookmaps community, man. It's the TWB community. It's the TWB community, man. Yeah, it's the TWB community. Welcome to Think with Bookmaps, where we trade futures in a blink with Bookmaps. And for that dough
Good afternoon. I'm still learning all the buttons. Welcome to Alex Live with TWB. So I still trying to get the hang of all the button pushing, but thanks for joining us this afternoon. How's everybody doing? You know, I gotta fix the lighting in here. All right, well, to start off the morning, I guess the morning just came up to 25,860 and dumped. We just haven't been able to recapture that push back up. One of the things are we going to push back up? We're coming in at this low here, 25,597 from Friday. I'm wondering if we'll go retest the VWAP at some point. Go get these gaps up here. Now I drew some lines last night on the chart, so I'm gonna start cleaning that up a little bit, but move them around, give us some sort of idea of what we can put together here. So right now I'm putting in support resistance lines, just moving them around because the market has changed since then. We got a support here at 25,600. So hopefully we can see a break of that, go lower, or find support, bounce, and go back to the 200 EMA. Still pushing. Got really not much on the economic news today. It's probably one of the reasons why we're pushing lower. Let's talk about some of the ETFs out there. QQQ. Let's take a peek at the volume that's been generated today, this afternoon, thus far. For those of you that don't follow ETFs, QQQ is pretty much right there with the NQ, and we are pushing lower currently. Our options volume right now on the options chain, we're looking at volume fall off below 621, and we have a good sizable about above 622. So this should be, if we break lower, you know, we could get into around the 621, 622. So currently on equivalent to the NQ, we're looking at about 622.32 at this 25,589 price. So we just touched the pivot on the NQ, the futures pivot. So we could see a little bounce here. We do have kind of a significant amount of volume for puts above at 623 with 623 price range. So right around 25 620ish. We do have puts pushing this down, so we could get some more downside. We are probably looking for 25 538 in our session today, in the rest of the session today at the least. So let's see how it reacts at this pivot. There you go, push down. And according to the book maps, we got quite a few orders coming through right now on the book. Yeah, that's, you know, I mean, FOMC is questionable on direction because we're pricing in a rate cut. So, give me 2 seconds. I gotta change up the lighting in here. That's better. That's way better. Y'all hear me pretty good? Mic coming in good? Yeah, I've got a good bounce there. About 25 573. Anybody in a trade right now? You know, I'm kind of sitting flat for the moment. Currently, it's 2 o'clock on the eastern seaboard, so we're almost just getting done with the lunch blues. Oh, they got an hour underneath their belt from eating an hour ago, so we'll see if they're feeling better now to do something with this price. In hopes that this pivot here was the bottom at 25,585. I'm curious to see if we break and find this as some resistance, or we break that resistance and keep going higher. Hmm. Who's rolled over the contract yet? Because we're looking at Z for January. I know that there's still quite a bit of volume left on H. Or no. There's still quite a bit of volume here left at Z. We I don't even think it's ready to be rolled yet. Again, I'd certainly look for this kind of a target here. We got a target on the Macdicator. Looking for this price here. 25.538.75. I bet you if we feed NQ a donut, we can probably get it to be enticed. We got a donut up on the screen. See if we can't go get the donut, NQ. QQQ trader. Hello. How's it going, Laura? Thanks for joining the stream. Hugging in this pivot right now. 25.5, 85.50-ish. Give or take. A tick. Still think that we want to come down and touch this 25.539. That's a significant amount of points. Not so much during regular trading hours, but I think if we can't go higher, we need to go lower. If we can't go lower, we need to go higher. Okay, Books is flipping deltas to a little bit more buy. Looking at the MACD, we have the MACD is looking to cross more a little bit to back up to the upside. So we are kind of finding some sort of a bid here. Yeah, we'd like to see that drop a little more. I mean, we do have 30 resting orders down at 25,562-ish, but see if it stays below 25,592.75. Come on, stay lower. Come on, head down. Or head up. Pick one. Thank you. This morning, I would have got on this morning, but I had to clean up the office a bit, so just kind of did that. Hopefully, we can get some pretty cool pictures on the wall, and then turn on the background here behind me. Let's look at a dad joke real quick. What do you do when you see a spaceman? Park your car, man. It's pretty good. All right, Delta's on the book map, flipped red. We got some sellers coming through here. To the right, you can see that we got some sellers coming through. Delta's a red. See if we can't stay below 90. Got a bear pennant building here. Nice little trend down, trend up. Got this bear pennant. There she goes. Or you want to go to 535? Something like this. This kind of a push down. Let's say from that high to this low to this resistance. We could hit that. 100%, little even a little more, give or take. 25,551. Coming off the 618 right now. these two Fibonacci's were 570, 25, 551, 25. I'd feel good in a short. All right, we got 28 lots down at 25, 565. So it's reaching for this area here. We gotta close below. You want 520? Well, see if she comes and gets the donut. Let's look at the options chain real quick. It's very possible that we could keep rolling down. We got enough volume coming through to do that. Being stubborn. Five minutes about to close. Also looks like the 15-minute just closed as well. So if we need another 15-minute to go lower. Wow, just a straight up beautiful red day. 1/2 hour in there that we got green. Just one. Pushing back up here. Where the pivot. Ooh, rejected. Rejected that 20 EMA there. But stayed above the pivot, which would the pivot that we're on right now is the S1 pivot. So see if we can't keep it rolling. You know, man, it's just got a fair value gap up here that we could want to go get. 602.25 and 605.50. So we have about 25 resting lots right below 25.6, 25,600, 25,600. But I don't know if we have enough power to continue moving up. We need a big bullish engulfing to keep moving back up. We need a little more than that, though, NQ, if you want to keep moving back up. Come on, a little bit more. Oh, some more. Got to get back to at least 98.75 if and close above, or at least another big bullish engulfing. Still on that 60 lot right there. Oh yeah, the MACDs are coming back up. Here's a bit of resistance here, but we did break it. So we could come all the way back up to 0 on the MACD. All right, we're approaching 602.25. Let's see if we can get there. Reject. This was the next resistance at 25, not 598.75. Bears have done a pretty good job at keeping the balance intact as they pulled down. So we don't have very many gaps to the upside except for here at 25.756.25 and 25.767. But we got this little break here. We need to get above 602.25. Curious to see how we respond here if we get some bullish action up higher. And if that breaks, I want to see how it responds at 25.605.50. Anybody long? All right, we hit the 605.50. Continuing up, we got this right here at 614.25. I want to see how. Well, let's do this right here. 25.611.75. But it looks like we did kind of reject that 605 area. We need to close above this 605.50 or close below and see how the rejection goes. All right, so we got a shooting star there. Let's see, could be called hammer candle, but curious to see how we react again at 605.25 or back at the 5 EMA, which is the light blue on my screen. Buyers coming in. Delta's red on the book maps. See how it responds at the 5, the 9, and the 20. The 920 just crossed to the upside, so let's see, get some confirmation to see if we go higher or if we break up that 920 cross to go lower. Oh, we closed higher. Let's see if we how we react again of 605.25. Pushing up against it. Yep, pushing higher. Let's see how it responds here at 611.25. Oh, it's a nice push. Cross is holding. 920 cross is holding to the upside. See how 611.50 does. We got 29 resting contracts up there. Good size. Waiting to be filled. If we can get it filled. I don't know what to say about that, Laura. We could make this lower high and make a lower low. I mean, anything can happen, right? All right, so we just went right back down. Now we just need to get back and need to check this break below 25,592.50. Got to do that. Get below that 20 EMA. Close below this 592.50. Now we're back in the range to the left. Now we got to get that close. We got about 17 seconds left. We got to get that close. We got to get that back to 588. Go fill those 65 orders. All right, now we're going to come back down and at 90.25. Let's go back down there. And then we got that pivot or 588 first. Let's see if we can't break through 588 and close below. Looking kind of heavy. Oh, yeah, we're finding resistance on 0. The MACD flat line there for a little bit. We can't go back and retest, cross back over this. Nope. Finding support. Is he speaking? Is that why the market's tanking today? You don't need a economic news event with him speaking. He is the economy pretty much when it comes to the market. Where is he speaking? On YouTube? Oh, he's gonna be speaking soon. Okay. And we're rejecting that 602.25, which is nice. Makes a lower high. Now we got to break this low here at 25,589. Is today going to be a great day to buy or a great day to sell? Crypto. What time is he speaking at? I mean, it started streaming 45 minutes ago. So it should be soon, right? Okay, well, yeah, so 30 minutes. Pump or dump? Let's do it. Will Trump pump or dump the market? I think every time he wants to make an announcement about crypto or something of that nature. He always seems to like be on the pump side. Oh, he's speaking now.
China, they're coming from Mexico. I must say, they're coming from Canada, a lot of them. But they're coming into our country because they want to build here.
I don't see him speaking right now. Oh, she's not gonna go get the donut right now. Buyers coming in. Will, thanks for watching our streams. Definitely a quick shout out to Live Alex TWB for providing some of the best tools on the marketplace to us. Go ahead and hit the like button if you enjoy the content that is produced here. Much appreciated. All right, so we just broke out of that 602.25, broke above 609. We're looking for this wick here, it's 25, 614.50. If we can keep that moving up. All right, anybody long? Anybody take the long down here at the pivot? Looks like we're in the shelf here to go higher. Now we got to close above 1450. And on the book, we don't have really much anything until 25, 630, 627. So right in here. Be looking for a retest of 638.75 after we get past 625.25. So we'll see how we handle that.
Sleepy Joe guy. Sleepy guy.
Wow, he's orange today.
The brakes are absolutely unacceptable. In my first term, and by turn that surplus into a gaping agricultural deficit that continues to this day, but we're not down, it's starting to go. China, you know, it's fine.
Whoever did his makeup today just was like, let's make him orange. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. It's insane. Can you hear? Can you hear him talking out of curiosity?
$60 billion in agricultural purchase. China committed to its worst president.
Is this a bash Biden stream? Oh, it's broken up, Supersonic? Okay.
Our soybeans are more nutritious than competitors. Somebody said, is that a Trump statement or is that real? In fact, you know who asked me that question? President Xi asked me that question. He said, really, I had never heard of it. And he was a food purchaser for a long time. But that's what I hear. And Japan agreed to $8 billion in purchases of corn, soybeans, ethanol, fertilizer, aviation, biofuel, and rice. You know, Japan never bought rice from anybody else. It's like a very important thing to them.
Rice.
And they agreed to buy
Rice is rice, guys.
Okay? So I
Rice is
also
rice.
signed into law the largest tax cuts in history, and the one big beautiful bill, the monumental tax relief bill that is benefiting very, very strongly benefiting the American farmer. And I think also for farmers, we have, as you know, and we got this, the estate tax, or the death tax, as they call it, on farmers, on small businesses. You don't have to pay it anymore. A lot of farms would, you love your children, and your children are great, and they want to be farmers, and you leave.
He's just giving a roundtable update. I mean, it might move the market a little bit, but I don't expect it to be moving it crazy. Nope. No more state tax. Man, looks like he eats a lot of carrots. Just I was curious to see if that he would say something that would be significant enough to get this market to move, but I don't see any of that at the moment. Or hear any of that.
So,
Well, since I've gotten on the stream, we haven't really moved much. About 40 minutes into it, got 40 candles, give or take. Yeah, no, but maybe, oh, we moved 50 points. It was fast though, and that was about it. You can't even, no. See, she's a farmer crisis. Do you know what that is? I'll tell you what it is. Manufacture or create a seed, okay? If you design a seed, like a farm seed, it could be soybean, it could be rice, it could be whatever seed you want. If you GMO, genetically modify a seed, you own it. And soybeans are very, very well patented. So they say we're coming into a farm crisis, or we inherited a farm crisis, like they can fix it. They can't. That was the Clinton administration that put the soybean farms and all the other farms out of business because they wanted to GMO a seed, genetically modify the seeds that go into that scenario. So yeah, is it inherited? Sure is, from many administrations ago. But the problem is that we can't do anything about it. They can't clean the seeds up from last season. They can't. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I mean, even we genetically modified our chickens and our beef, and essentially playing a almost like God to feed the country off of cattle farming, chicken farming, pig farming. It's I don't know how they're gonna fix it unless you're gonna go in your backyard and plant yourself. Oh yeah, a lot of control, supersonic. Extreme amount of control. We don't have a say. When you walk into the grocery store, you get to pick organic, but you don't really get to verify that it's organic, and or you pick the regular produce. And when you walk into a grocery store, how many tomatoes do you see up there? How many sets of potatoes do you see on the shelves? How many, sets of cucumbers do you see? You probably see three sets of cucumbers, miniature ones, the wrapped ones, and possibly just the farmed grown ones with pesticides. And that's just it. Like, how many jalapenos can you buy? Only one type of jalapeno, obviously. You can buy red pepper, you can buy bell peppers, you can buy jalapeno peppers, but like, we don't have options. We don't have options when it comes to buying our food. And that's just it. Like, well, we go through those processed foods that are mass manufactured, and typically, if you're on a paleo diet or any of that sort, you're walking around to the outside of the markets where all the fresh produce is. And even if it says it's fresh, it's not organic. I don't know I don't know what they mean by organic. I mean, it's like, okay, so if this particular fruit or vegetable is organic and it states that it's organic, what's the other stuff? I mean, that makes you think a little bit, just a little bit. So what are you really buying at the grocery store when you buy a regular cucumber and then you see an organic cucumber or organic bananas over regular banana? What's not organic about it? Oh, I'll tell you what's not organic about it. Bananas originally came with a bunch of seeds in them. We genetically modified bananas so we could eat them without seeds. So and that's the problem of the world right now, is the lack of seeds. Essentially, yeah, seedless fruits, seedless watermelons, seedless everything at that point. It's like, how, I wonder all the time, like, what has our nation, our world come to when we don't have seeds? And I know that Russia and everything has even come to that point where they're actually making moves to store seeds Because I'll tell you what, we just can't create them. We need them. You know, we've cut out so many types. How many forms of lettuce do you have when you walk into the grocery store? Take a peek next time. And that's all the selection you have. What choice do you have? Really, none. And then, of course, you're voting based on what you buy. So based on what you're buying at the grocery store is your vote to keep whatever it is you keep. And then, of course, you know, at the end of the day, for those who are unfortunate, get EBT, you know, SNAP benefits, and or WIC, and you don't have a vote. You don't have a vote. Seedless grapes, you know, it's just very interesting, and they kind of neutralize it to the points where it's like you can't even and you can't really even take those seeds and go in your backyard and grow them without somebody coming knocking at your door and saying, hey, we see your garden back there, I'm going to serve you with papers to sue you for growing garden, you know, your seeds out of whatever it is that you're growing back there. You know, they can literally take that plant and analyze it to see if it's their product and their genome that they created, and if you're reproducing and selling it, that's just kind of one of the situations that you're on. Like, you can't do anything. I don't understand it. So they're talking about this farming thing as being inherited farming problem. I feel bad for the farmers. I mean, I feel bad for us too, because the food we eat. It is very hard to find completely natural seeds. As you can see there, Lucid has 35% off on their Pro and their Flex account. I would suggest taking advantage of that this season. Lucid has a great program for their prop firms. They did a great job in putting together the rules and the payout processes. If you're interested in me talking about a little bit more about Lucid, I'd love to talk to you about that. No activation fees, same day pass it's same day sim from evaluation of sim funded. It's the same day, and with as soon as your dashboard updates, you get immediately funded. 5 days for payout after you hit the buffer. And they did and you know what? I think out of all the prop firms, it's probably one of the easier ones to handle if you're coming from a cash account. Trading cash going back to prop is extremely difficult to do, and just kind of one of those situations where you have to understand that in the moment you have to keep things rolling. So Lucid has a great program right now. ETF has a 90% off sale on their one step and static. Check out those. Check out Elite Trader Funding. Blue Sky, the Blue Sky has their launch program. You got a pretty good prop that gets you into sim funded. I'm gonna take a quick break, but I'll be right back.
days into August.
Anyway, the roundtable event is kind of a, I don't know what it is, and it doesn't matter to the market really. It obviously wants to dump off and make some M here. I thought maybe there was a possibility that we could get past 25.619, but it's failing. Finding support here at 25.590. It's funny. They're talking about how they are telling a farmer what they can and can't do on their own land. You know, it's kind of fugazi. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of pissing me off. And I'm not saying that I'm a Democrat or a Republican, but what I'm saying is that if you truly knew the ins and outs of how the farming industry worked, the person who's speaking right now at the round table about farming and how farmers can't grow what they want to grow on their own land, it's not. I mean, corn, obviously, corn is one of the biggest farmed crops here in America. And for farming corn, farmers get paid X amount of dollars a year to farm it, regardless of their yield. So to say that a farmer would want to go grow something like watermelon on 90% of their acreage, you know, are they going to get a cutback from the government for doing so? I don't know exactly, but I know on corn they do. And whatever they yield, they still get paid for a significant amount. So they really haven't done the research on whatever they're speaking about with the farmers. It doesn't make no sense to me. I really think that it's a kind of a smoke screen for some reason. Farmers are probably sitting there going, yes, 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 but it's like nothing's changed. You got to use GMO seeds. You got to use, you get rebates and you get pushed or like paid, you know, get incentives is the word, incentives to grow corn. Like the government will pay you X amount of money per an acreage that you plant of corn. And your yield needs to be like 60%. So you need to harvest 60% of that acreage in order for you to get paid out that amount of money. So at the end of the day, it's like, well, there's no incentive to grow anything else. And I've looked into actually owning a farm, doing tomatoes actually. And here in Minnesota, when you grow tomatoes hydroponics wise, you literally, the cost of running the farm and the cost of everything coming together doesn't make any sense. Literally. It's like you're growing, and it's great. I understand food. Food is one of the most important things. I cannot eat money. I can eat food. And that's why it's one of the most important things you can have. But I don't see how that's going to help the economy in that regard. We can't, of course, if I created a seed and I was selling it to farmers, and I told them, well, you can't clean it, you can't do anything, you just have to, whatever yield, whatever plants sticks, you know, and if you do anything different, I'm gonna sue you. Yeah, they're pretty limited, very limited for the landowners that plant this stuff. And as the American public that eats it, I just think that there's so much more that we don't see that they're talking about here at the round table with farming. and they don't have enough time to go through and explain. You guys probably can look up your own information about that yourselves, but it's still kind of one of those situations where we're trading futures. It's not, and you can buy a corn future, you know, so I'm assuming that everything like in the futures market when it comes to food, cocoa beans and coffee beans and everything else, that would do corn, you can buy corn. You can buy corn on the futures. You know, you can do that. But you know, this is probably pumping that side of the market that we're not looking at, because we're only looking at the NQ. And then of course all the oil that we need to for farms that go into building, creating oil to that. So this is doing something for that market at the moment, but not the NQ. Technology, I think that we put more emphasis on technology than we do our own food. And a lot of people, we eat the food, you know? It makes no sense. Technology we use, great to have technology, but if I'm starving, I don't care about tech, right? You know, if I don't have any food to eat, and we're not allowed to grow, you know, we can grow a little gardens in the backyard, sure, but, and that's where as future traders we could trade that. We could trade cattle markets, we could trade corn market, we can trade the coffee market, and you know, but it's so regulated because of everything. It's just, I just want to eat good food, you know, and I'm not talking like steaks, I'm talking just healthy food. Everybody wants to be healthy, because I'll tell you what, if you don't have your health, you can't trade. You can't do anything. You know, health is the time, and health are the most important things that we got, because we can get better, but it doesn't mean we don't have those problems after we do heal. So what do we got here? We got 586.75. We're finally breaking lower than this pivot. I took away the donut. Maybe she's interested in going there now. I'll tell you what, though, I think that I'm gonna come back here, extended trading hours, about 6 o'clock ish. So we'll continue on in the after hours market. But I really appreciate you guys joining me. And price hasn't moved, but in the range that when I got on for the last hour, we are in power hour. So, but about this time frame here is when I got on. So we more pushed to the upside and came back right back down. So I appreciate y'all watching. I'll come back at extended trading hours with the NQ, and I hope you all have a great rest of your regular trading hours. Thank you for watching. Peace.